Guys, they said Ebony allegedly have threatened to remove her calabash from the forest of endless echoes. And if that happens, it is going to affect the king's peace and that of the palace entirely. And this is happening because Ebony said there is no how she'll be carrying the weight and the problem of of the palace and the kingdom, and the king will not recognize her. The king will put another person before her and all of that. For the interest of those who do not understand what Ebony is talking about, they said about 2 years ago, if not more than that 2 years, but it was around 2 years that this one happened. They said before that, there is always problem. After the king married all of these women in the palace, after the original queen, that is the jewel, left the palace, things started going awkward. Things were not going the way it's supposed to go. There was problems. Every now and then there will be strange things happening in the palace. Strange things that shows that the gods are not happy. Things are not in order. There is no peace. There is, as in, a lot of problem. They faced a whole lot of problems right there in the palace during that period. And when they make inquiries, when they do some incantations, consult some diviners and Ifa them, they told them that there is something they must do for that to stop. There is this forest. Around that forest, they said around it, before you enter into the big forest, they said that place, people used to go there for sightseeing and all of that. But you cannot go inside that forest. But they said it was inside that forest that whoever that will want to save the land will have to enter. And when they enter there, they will do some rituals and they will hang a particular pot. That pot will determine whether peace will be restored in the palace and everything, or unity and progress and something of that nature. So when this happened, the diviners that suggested that said that it is going to be one of the king's wife, one of them, that will have to do it. It is not something that the king will pay for a priestess, or a virgin priestess to do. But they said that particular one that has to be done, it is supposed to be one of the king's wife that will do it. And all the wives said no, because story have it that many people that enter that bush never come out alive. That even hunters are avoiding that particular forest. They call it forest of endless echo. But in Yoruba, there is another name they call it, which I might not be able to pronounce it now. So when that happens, the king was worried because none of the wives wants to go. And you know that almost all of them are not from the kingdom. They don't understand that culture very well. They don't understand going inside there very well. The only person that understands it very well happens to be Ebony. Even Blow that they expected to go, Blow said she's not going. Igbi said, no be me una go use do sacrifice. Oletik, the same thing. Gospel said, oh, I'm a child of God. They do preaching, this, that. So none of them agreed to go. They said it was only Ebony who agreed to enter that place. So while she was entering there, she will have to carry that calabash. They will be doing certain rituals while she will be going. They will be singing certain kind of song, doing some rituals. She will be going. And they will to get to a point where she will be the only one that will enter into that forest. Nobody will accompany her. So they say while she was going, at some point she claimed that it was looking like she was carrying the whole kingdom on her head. It was too heavy for her. She cannot even bring it down. She cannot do anything, but she was just struggling to achieve that because she knows that the fate of the kingdom lies on that ritual. So when Ebony, and they said that particular pot, that particular calabash that she have to go and hang there. This is based on their culture and tradition. Some people who doesn't believe in things like that might be asking, what kind of thing is this? They say whatever that people believe in works for them. It is their culture and tradition, and it works for them. So when she entered there, after everything, after the rituals and everything, she was able to achieve that. But according to what we heard, they said Well, after Ebony did that, the problem did not stop completely, but some of the problem stopped. At least there was a little bit of unity, progress, and what again? One thing like that. I don't know if it's a success or something, but these three things are the things that that pot contains. So without that pot there will be no peace in the palace. And I don't know, I don't know, but they said there is a little as in the situation was calmed a little bit after that Ebony's and the major part of it is that pot, that calabash that Ebony hanged in that thick forest, they said it was guided by Ebony's Ori. You know what? Do you understand what they mean by that? To that kind of guardian, spirit guardian. I don't know. The same kind of guardian they said was chased out of the palace when they burned down her shrine, and they said the shrine went and died in front of the house they are building for the jewel. I don't know if you remember those stories. Now, Ebony is saying that, okay, after that Ebony's own, they said the situation was not calmed completely. A lot of things needs to be done again. And that was how Iyanifa came in. When Iyanifa came, Iyanifa, they said there is this other little girl that is still a virgin and a priestess at that moment. They have to take the girl along to go and do other two, to go and hang other two calabash there, making it three. And this calabash determines how long the king will be on the throne and some of the things. I don't know how to explain it very well, but you guys will understand what I mean. So when Iyanifa came and did that with that little girl, they said because the pot were now three, they were made to stand with each other. As in, this one cannot stand with this alone, this one cannot stand alone. And that was when there is complete stability in the palace. Everything started moving fine, everything started going well in the palace after Iyanifa and the other little virgin girl did their own. So it simply means that if they remove Ebony's own, it is going to affect these two. If they remove those two, it is going to affect Ebony's own. And if any of them goes out, it is going to affect the kings and his leadership and his stay on the throne. So now that things are no longer working in favor of Ebony, now that they said the king withdraw his name from Ebony's company, now that the king is trying to bring back his original wife into the palace, Ebony is trying to use that to blackmail the king. And that's how they said, Ebony said, no, she cannot continue to protect the interests of the palace while the palace does not care about her. That she is going to enter that thick forest and remove her own calabash. That whatever that comes out of it is none of her business. And the reason she's doing it is because she have made up her mind to leave the king and her jewel and his jewel alone. That is what we are here to know if the information is true. Remember that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media. I do not live in the palace. Always bear that in mind, okay? Thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe and share this video. Bye for now. Love you.